Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle Wednesday, November 13th. We are back in the building. It's starting to get cold. As you can see, we got our hats on because it was cold last night.
It was cold yesterday morning. I walked to the store. I had a t-shirt on, a hoodie.
Oh. Yeah, I had a hoodie on. I was like, okay, this was not the smartest idea. Because at first when I went out, the sun was out.
It wasn't that bad.
Right, and then that wind started.
Did it?
It felt like it was like, I got something for y'all.
Then the school I'm at, they got recess. So I walked out and walked right back in. I came and got them for lunch. Yeah. They gotta learn over there that I don't do the cold just to be out there, be doing the cold.
Yeah. I hear that. Hey, I got a message for the ladies. Y'all are weird. Y'all be weird. Like, stop. If somebody don't answer you right away, don't like follow up with like, why are you ignoring? Oh, you just gonna ignore this? I got one of those yesterday. Somebody who I haven't, who just went ghost for a while and then just popped back up asking me mad questions. Instead, just asking me mad questions.
How many questions they asking in a row? I can only do 3, and after that, you're doing too much.
Yeah, it was 2, but it was long. So it was too many long questions. But
so technically, that's like 8.
Right. So I'm just like, I gave the response or whatever assistance she needed, but then she talk about, I'd like to catch up and stuff like that, and I'm like, man. Like, last time we were supposed to catch up, I ain't hear from you in like 2 weeks. So. Oh,
she's one of those. When it's time to jump in the pool, she get cold feet.
Yeah. So
put her toes in the hot bath.
So I was just like, I'll answer that when I answer it. So then I look at my phone, like, so you're just gonna ignore this? I'm like, bro, I ain't got no girlfriend. So I shouldn't be having no girlfriend issues right now.
You should just took a picture of your last conversation and be like, well, you ignored this. Meet me halfway at least.
Yeah, they don't like when you give them evidence of the stuff they do. They get triggered.
Hence, when I tell people, go look back the old text, I never hear nothing back when I. But I mean, I'm bad with texting. So sometimes I'm on it, then I disappear for hours at a time. So I'm the worst with that too.
I'm just saying, I was a communications major, so like if you just gonna fall off the face of the earth for a while and then think like things don't work like that.
But that's just called being a decent human being.
Right.
Communication is vital, and a lot of people, as much as they talk, text, as much as they talk and sit on Instagram and comment, when it comes to communicating with people, it's like a lost art. Then you got some people who got phone phobia, weirdo. Like if you got a phobia of calling people, just go sit in the corner somewhere.
Right, because if you got a job, you got to call people. If you have a job,
there are people who have legit phobias of making a phone call. Like, would you grow up using AIM your whole life? For those who don't know AIM, the new generation of people, that's AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was lit back then.
I was trying to think back of my name on AIM. I forgot it.
T-Nizzo23. Hey. Yep.
I think mine was something with my year of birth, but I forgot it. But yeah, AIM was dope though. But yeah, ladies, stop being weird, especially with people that aren't your boyfriends, and you try to act like they're your boyfriends, but yeah, stop that.
And that's why you have to be very careful when you talk to just people in general nowadays, not just women, just people in general, because some people take things the wrong way, even if you didn't mean it that way. And yeah, people have this weird idea of what you said to them, even though it's not what you said to them.
Yeah.
It's just, people are weird though.
Very.
Odd people.
Very. That's why I'm glad I'm single. Even though I still be having issues like I'm dating somebody. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know what we can't make sense is Drake May's good. The Chicago Bears are terrible. Caleb Williams is gonna unless they fix some things organizational from there, it's going to be some tough times with him with the Bears. I think they just fired their offensive coordinator yesterday, but the Pats bounced back after the overtime loss to the Titans with a nice road win for these guys. Drake May started off lean, but bounced back, made the big touchdown pass that pretty much put the game away. But hey, man, get these wins as they can, because they don't got the easiest schedule this year. So you got to get these wins and build as the season goes on, because first-year head coach, first-year quarterback, those are the two main things that you want to see improvement as we're going through this last stretch of the season.
I mean, I like how May's playing the past 2 games. They gave him a chance when they ran the ball 35 times. Yeah. Looked out for the young man. I don't know what Chicago's doing. Thankfully, they fired one of the coordinators, because there's no reason why Caleb should be throwing more than running the ball. And he's just as green as May is. So he got a little more experience playing, but they both rookies. So, come on. Let's help each other out.
9 times. He got sacked 9 times.
Yeah, on top of that. So, it's like you're not even really helping the boy. Hopefully, he can survive the season without being injured. But, they're trash. The Bears are bad. They can't make it down the field. I mean, we're not that great either, but we're working on getting to the red zone. We got there 5 times this game. So, I did a job a while back, one of the few jobs I had going door to door, and we were doing electrical stuff, and I was trying to get people to change the provider, but we weren't that good. So our goal was see how many times we can get a soda, because it's hot out there. Yeah. Similar. So we're just trying to get to the red zone. Right. We ain't got to score all the time. We just got to get there. Right. You get a couple saves when you get there. So it was 9 degrees out there. We had 4 sodas in our pocket. You know what I mean? Yeah. In one sale.
Hey, man. That's funny. But he said they were balanced. They had a more balanced attack, protected the quarterback, and that late drive when they needed to put that game away, they did it very well. Shout out kudos to their defense too. Their defense, they got torched last week, and they had a better showing this week. So they needed that.
And they held the Bears scoreless for 3 quarters. I mean, I'm sure it's not that difficult just because they're not that good of a team. But hey, any positive with our Pats, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah,
shoot, they might surpass the win total I had them going for this year. I had them at 5. They might get 6.
I mean, I didn't have any expectations, man. I'll say that for next season. Once I see what they give me this year, then I can gauge where they should be next year.
Oh yeah, this year I was telling people they'd be lucky to get 5.
I'm just glad our region's not in a miserable state. We had Brady, who wasn't winning. People were miserable.
Right.
People aren't that bad.
No.
I feel like we needed this.
It's like a reset.
Yeah, it really is a reset. What we need. We was getting spoiled rotten.
Yeah, just. But when they do start winning with him, they'll be back to their old ways. It'll be back to it. Monday Night Football was a pretty good, decent football game. I watched most of it. I was flipping back and forth to basketball, but I watched most of it. The Dolphins, they really needed this win because they were coming off. I think they were on some type of losing streak. They had lost 3 in a row coming into this game. One game they lost by 1 point. Another game they lost by 3 points. Another game they lost by 6 points. So they put up 23 points in this one. They protected Tua. They looked somewhat decent. And their defense slowed down the Rams, who came in this game streaking hot.
I don't know what happened to the Rams. I caught the game, I think, second, third quarter. It was just looking bad for them. They just had a bad outing. Everything was off.
They had nothing. They were never in a rhythm. They were never in sync the whole game.
I mean, they were talking about Odell being one of the most effective receivers that night, and he's like, what, the 4th, 5th option? What happened to, what's it, Puka, whatever his name is? Nakua? What's his first name?
Puka.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I was wrong. All right, Puka. What happened to him? He just came back? Is he still trying to get in the swing of things? Or
he did have 9 catches, but they just couldn't get in the end zone. They couldn't get in the end zone. But the Dolphins defense, it seemed like every snap they were in the backfield. Every time I looked up, I think Stafford was either about to get sacked or he was throwing the ball, running for his life.
And then he had some crucial interceptions.
Yeah, that one interception he threw, and there was a couple that should have been intercepted too. That
He only threw one?
Yeah, he only threw one, but no, there was a couple that should have been intercepted.
All right, it's because it felt like a couple.
Oh yeah. Because there was one, I think the defender just dropped it, and then another one that got batted, it almost got intercepted, but. This looked like the Dolphins team from last year. They played pretty sound defense and they just put up enough points. But it got the thing now is they can't get those big plays because of the way defenses are playing with Tyreek Hill. They got those safeties way back, so they're playing those deep coverages. So I don't know if they finally realize that maybe we should just be going underneath the whole time. It's slow and steady might win the race. We can't hit the home run all the time.
I mean, that's just football. Everybody knows that about football. Pick and choose, keep the defense on their toes. Sometimes you'll have a 11, 12-play drive to get to the end zone. Sometimes you'll have a 3-play drive. But most likely it's going to be a 6 to 10-play drive, you would think, right?
Yeah, or 7 to 10.
Yeah, 7 to 10, just around that range. So that's just how football's played. So there's no reason why we're trying to speed things up or force the big play. We don't need to. You just got to play logical, sound football.
Listen, man, I watched a team this weekend go on a 18-play, 9-minute drive.
That's football.
I was like, yeah.
But that's football, though. Yeah. Granted, those are for, like, traditional football, watchers back in the day. You new age football people, you probably don't have the attention span. Or you'll probably be bored by that, but that is legit football.
Yeah.
End of the day, your goal is to get to the end zone. Not about how fast you get there, not about how good it looks. It's all about just getting there.
Yeah. Sunday night football. Woo-wee, the Detroit Lions in a game that they probably should have lost.
Oh, yeah, they should have. They should have.
5 interceptions by Jared Goff, and they were down 23-7 at halftime, and they put together a masterful second half, shutting out Houston, and then the kicker. I had to rewind it because one of the announcers was like he was selling bricks just last year. I was like, wait.
I can't laugh at her.
I legit had to rewind. I was like, did he just say he was selling bricks? Like he was a brick salesman last year. I was like,
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know they were brick salesmen. I just thought construction workers, they like bought them themselves or like they just created them using cement and whatever else bricks made out of.
I only know one type of brick salesman.
Whoa, I mean, hey now. You line the whole whip up with them? Vaseline. Saran wrap.
Saran wrap. Put it in a hidden compartment.
Take the bumper off.
But
get too much detail.
But this game for the line. It's like one of those games. It's like, okay, this team is probably got a good path to the Super Bowl. Because when you win games like this, you're not supposed to. When you probably should have been blown out, it's kind of like, okay, yeah.
You know what I thought? Houston sucks. That's what I thought. They got some pieces. They got one hell of a quarterback, but as a team, they suck. You got 5 interceptions and you only scored 23 points.
Right. And they was kicking. They got into red zone. They was settling. They was kicking field goals. Yeah.
My man, please, they suck. I'm sorry.
Conversion right now.
Ain't no way.
Yeah. You gotta make those.
My man, that's 35 points.
Yeah.
Come on. Nah, they suck. I'm sorry. Like, they're just not a good team. Now, granted, they might be projecting. Are they still going upward? Or they're kind of plateauing?
They're kind of plateauing.
Well, you know how some of these teams are, man. Some of these expansion teams, they look like they're going to get there, and then they stop plateauing. Look at Jacksonville. They had they like the Superman ride. 6 Flags. They was up there and just whoosh. Jesus. On Splash Mountain for you Disney kids.
Yeah, and then it don't help like their top receivers are out. I think Collins is out for the year. We know Diggs is out for the year.
You know what I was thinking though? What happens if what's his name they would have kept him? My boy from Chiefs.
Hopkins?
What happened? They would have kept Hopkins with this quarterback. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
you'd have a wily veteran with the young quarterback. Yeah.
But
who knows?
Hopkins where he needs to be.
Yeah, and the Lions all they just keep doing is winning. They just keep winning.
That culture, man, it's unbreakable.
Yeah, definitely. And different guys making plays. I mean, just for Jared Goff to actually continue to play well after throwing 5 interceptions, because you throw 2, then your whole confidence is going out the window. But for him to never waver and put them in that position to kick those 2 field goals to give them that lead.
But that's the quote. That's the good part of him being from California. He can just brush them off because he's done that before, hasn't he? With the Rams before, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So he knows like I can come back from this because he's a changed man.
Yeah. That Detroit culture really
I'm telling you, man, the cold, man, make you bold.
Speaking of Kansas City, these dudes got like a rabbit's foot or something. They got the luck of the leprechaun or something, because, yeah, they won another game in dramatic fashion by blocking the field goal late in the fourth quarter as the Broncos was trying to win it. But I kind of look at it as 2 different ways. Kind of look at it luck on the Chiefs side, and just karma on the Broncos side for just how they treated Russell Wilson, and nothing's good happening to them.
I mean, how'd they treat him? He didn't do nothing. He was awful.
No, they was treating him like everything that was bad with the team was his fault.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah, the coach was like singling him out all the time. There was one clip. There was one clip from last year. There was like one of the players was like yelling in Wilson's face, and the coach is right there, and he don't say nothing to that player. I
mean, they are adults. I'm just saying.
That dude's not in the league no more.
Oh, I mean, there you go. They probably knew something was up. So don't even waste your breath. He ain't gonna be here next year.
Yeah, but for the Broncos, the whole thing with them, I'm just like, yeah, Sean Payton, this dude, he's kind of a overrated head football coach now. Because ever since Drew Brees left, when he took that little retirement, that came back and thought he was gonna bring that same thing had to New Orleans. Yeah, it hasn't.
I mean,
the offense hasn't been working.
Drew Brees is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks ever throw the ball.
Yeah.
He's number 2 in yards and touchdowns and yards?
Yeah.
So it's like Sean Payton was blessed to have a Hall of Fame quarterback.
And in his mind, his mind, he think he could do that with any quarterback.
Just like low-key Belichick.
Yeah.
Had a Hall of Fame quarterback that made him look good. I think he's not as oblivious as Sean Payton is. But they're both a little oblivious.
Yeah, Peyton's extremely oblivious.
But with the Chiefs, I just feel like when you're good long enough, luck works in your favor. Mm-hmm. Things like this happen. Like we won all types of games. Like we won a Super Bowl with an interception at the goal line. We never won a game with a block punt though, right?
No.
So when you're that good, luck just works in your favor. So and they play the right way.
Yeah.
They don't be trying to they don't pull no weird stuff. They don't get over. Their organization is a stellar organization. They treat their players correctly. They're just a great football organization.
Yeah, they're kind of playing old school style too. We're gonna play solid defense. We're gonna make enough big plays to give us the lead, and then we're gonna let our defense settle in. Because right now, their offense has gone through some changes. They're not getting those big plays that they were getting to just because of how defenses are now playing Mahomes. They're like, you're not gonna beat us with no deep balls or big plays anymore. You're gonna have to dink and dunk and find different ways to do it. And he's been doing that. And their defense has been a big part of that. Their defense has been shutting them down. So like their offense, you just need to give us this certain amount of points, and we'll take care of the rest.
I mean, since you and a lot of other people stressed that offsides with D4, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Ever since then, man, they've been slowly putting pieces together in that defense to make it stellar, and now you're seeing the results of it. Y'all been on their back, man.
Oh my gosh, that gotta be the dumbest.
You and the whole universe was talking about that one guy.
Bruh. So. And it was just like, Bro, just put your hand back. As it is, just put your hand
But
back.
that's second nature, though. Like, you know, like, how to line up and look it and all that. You know, I never, for one, if I'd have played football, I definitely wouldn't have been lined up like that. I'd have been a skill guy.
They literally just tell you, look down the line. If you're over the ball, back up. Literally, that's
Makes
it.
sense.
Oh, man. Yeah, but some people, oh, my gosh. Christian McCaffrey came back for the 49ers. Did you see Debo slap the
Yeah, I saw that. My thing is, dude, you was going to scream at him? You ain't do nothing? But I feel like,
he the long snapper and the kicker.
now, he had to say something just to show he's a man, but he done seen Debo whoop on some people at practice. That's why he didn't take no steps forward. Like, come on, the coach between y'all wasn't big enough, because I could see over that man's head when you was yelling at Debo. So, like, yeah, you should have just moved him out the way and said what you had to say. I always would have slapped him back, and we would have been cool. But my thing is, though, you got to hit him in the neck. I've been like, oh, yeah, it's just reaction. All that yelling and screaming, what's that going to do? He just embarrassed you on national television.
Right. Your children's watching. If you got kids, they watching. Your
So
parents
that's why
watching.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, in football, you're allowed to be aggressive. They would have broke them up and they still would have been playing.
Bro, they would have fought on the sidelines, and the next thing you know, 2 seconds later, they'd be talking about the next play.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
You see how teammate fights in football during the game goes. They'll throw some punches at each other, and then next thing you know, you forgot it even happened. But this game, man, the Bucks are teetering now since they lost their receivers, and the 49ers squeaked out a victory. Purdy played well, the whole team played well, and they semi look like the 49ers people are used to watching. But
I mean, I don't have too much to say about this game. I ain't watched much of it. Like I said, no Mike Evans, no other receivers. I don't understand what Baker's going to do.
yeah, and Baker ain't the most athletic quarterback out there, too.
He can't just win the games by himself. He can't throw the ball to himself, catch by himself, run the ball by himself. So you need some weapons to help you, and he's losing them all.
They had chances, too. They had chances in this game. They had chances to steal this victory, too. But it just didn't happen. San Francisco needed this victory because they can't. At this point in the season, you can't keep losing games, or you just going to be falling down and down that playoff rankings, and then the next thing you know, you on the outside looking in.
Yeah, and you really can't lose games where the kicker misses 3 field goals.
Shoot.
They giving you chances to win the game.
Kicker.
And y'all just didn't take advantage of that.
Kicker, look, he still got a job. Listen, 3 of them things. Them kickers, that's it for you. We out of here. See you next.
I'm in total agreement. That's the only job you have.
Yeah. The Steelers, they continue. The Steelers are weird because they continue to win, but I just look at them and I'm just like, they're not a team that I'm like I'd be worried
Sold
about.
on?
Yeah, I'm not too sold on them. I don't know why, but I'm just not sold on
It's
them.
because how they're winning, and they almost lost last game too. So, I think it's just how they're winning. And I still think people don't like how, the quarterback change happened. So,
But here's a fun fact. Russell Wilson throws a touchdown next game. He'll be the first QB post Ben Roethlisberger era to have more than 7 touchdown passes in a year for the Steelers. They've since Ben Roethlisberger's been out of there, their quarterback situations have not been good. Like the most touchdown passes in the season was Kenny Pickett with 7, and I think that was 2 years ago. 7. In a pass-happy league.
4 quarters, 16-game season.
17, 18, whatever.
That's no impressive feat.
Yeah, that's
They just celebrate anything now. It seems like at least let them get to 10. Like, come on.
just the fact that you haven't had a quarterback hasn't thrown more than 7 touchdowns in so many years. Like, what? Even Even Gardner Minshew was throwing up touchdowns, and he's like,
how many touchdowns Ryan Leaf threw rookie year?
more than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
And it wasn't even a pass happy league back then.
Like some of the quote unquote worst quarterbacks and quote unquote people who didn't pan out, they had better stats than this.
Shoot, even Justin Fields, I think he threw more than 7 touchdowns his time with the Bears, and see how hot of a mess they were.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw it. I had to read it like a couple times because I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah. I was like, huh. Justin Fields threw 7 touchdowns his rookie year.
His rookie year, man was inexperienced, didn't even know what he was doing out there, and threw 7 touchdowns. That's why I said that's not nothing. Whoever wrote that was finding that little record. They should keep it to themselves. That ain't worth talking about. Especially Russell he don't care about it. They're gonna be what 7 touchdowns, really?
More of an indictment on all those other quarterbacks they had. Y'all that trash, y'all can't.
How did you keep fans? How'd they keep fans? Like, there's no way them games entertaining.
Nah.
I mean, other than there's one situation with the helmet. But other than that, like, nah. No.
Oh, man. Lastly, Thursday night football. That was wild. That was one wild football game between the Ravens and the Bengals.
Yeah, it was.
The Bengals got to be looking at themselves like, we did everything we could to win this game, and we still lost this game by 1 freaking point. Like, damn. So you had a 200-yard receiver, 400-yard passing quarterback, and yet you still couldn't get it done.
But I felt like there was a moment where something happened in that game. I can't think of it off the top of my head, though. How many times did this dude get sacked?
Burrow got sacked 3 times in the game. There might have been... There was a fumble. There was a fumble.
Yeah, it was a fumble.
There was a fumble that changed the game.
Oh, okay.
There was a fumble that changed the game. Right? That's what you were talking
Mixon,
about.
the running back?
No, it wasn't Mixon. It was the other running back. Mixon's on Houston. It was,
you're right. You got traded.
It was Brown, the running back. Yeah, he fumbled. They was up 21-7.
Right.
They were moving.
Something happened.
Yeah. And then he fumbled, and then the Ravens just started rolling. But yeah, it was an entertaining game. But yeah, for the Bengals, they got to look at themselves like, damn, do all this and we still can't win. And then they got to be looking at themselves like, yo, Jamar Chase, with each game, his price is going up. So we better enjoy him while he's here because he might be out of here after the season.
Yeah, if I'm Jamal, like I'm sure him and Burrow tight, they're like brothers, but I can't keep starting every season off behind the ball. Mm-hmm. Like you playing catch up every season.
Yeah.
Was it 1 year that he started off hot?
No.
Oh, all right.
Even their Super Bowl year, I don't think they started off.
That's my point. Like, so they're always 0-3 and 1-4, and then they start figuring things out. I don't think Jamar Chase is with that. But where's he gonna go though? That's the thing. Like Joe Burrow's still legit young, up and coming quarterback.
Somebody's gonna throw him the money that he wants. He want to stay. It's just their owner's so damn cheap. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest problem right there. But somebody's gonna throw a whole lot of money at him because, yeah.
And you know the Ravens just keep ravening. Yeah. You know, Jackson over here walking down the sideline, tiptoeing. He almost scored.
You see the fadeaway touchdown pass?
Yeah. Seen that flick of the wrist, threw the 3 up. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny to me how football players throw the ball and they do flick their wrist sometimes. Yeah. And we throw the ball, we can't do that. Because if I shoot the football, it's only going down, it's not going up. Like, so I think it's funny. I think it's dope, the mechanics of basketball and football, how they're just similar but different.
Yeah. But, the Ravens, they got a big one against Pittsburgh this weekend. They're 7-3 right now. They're looking really a formidable team. They got their defense, though. Their defense, if they don't tighten things up, they might be the reason why they don't make the Super Bowl because y'all gave up a lot of yards and a lot of points.
Yeah, they did.
Like, get it together.
But the guy they gave him up to, he's pretty impressive.
Yeah. They're just happy they don't got to see them again. That's just, they've already played twice.
Facts.
All right, we gonna go to the +1. Me and Joey, we try to make positive of last week's slate of football games, but it was an 0 for 5 Friday for the city. It was butt whoopings on butt whoopings. But check this +1 out, then we gonna come back. Hello and welcome to another edition of the +1 segment with Joey from the Item. What is going on, sir?
What's going on? We're running out of weeks here, but thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a rough week last week for Lynn Sports, so this might not be the most positive episode we've ever had, but we got to talk about what happened last week. But first, before we do that, Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul this Friday, and he's a big boxing guy. I'm over this Jake Paul stuff. I just want him to go away, but I mean, this should be interesting.
All the people you want to go away, Jake Paul, Ryan Garcia, those guys, they're probably not going away anytime soon.
They're not. I blame social media.
I mean, what year is it? And Mike Tyson's fighting, so I'm rooting for entertainment. I'm going to watch it. I mean, let's not act like we're all not going to watch it.
Yeah.
But I just hope everyone's safe and okay. He's a 60-year-old man fighting a 28-year-old man in his prime. So if he catches him in the first 2 rounds, I think he could do some damage, but I like Jake Paul by stoppage, I think.
Yeah, Mike said he's been going 8 rounds during his training, so we'll see how much that gets in. But one thing about fighters, it's still in them. It's still in them. So
you ever see the 6th Rocky movie?
Yes.
When he's old and he comes back for one fight? I hope we see it.
Yeah, so maybe it might be one of those, but I blame all you social media kids for making Jake Paul a thing. I just blame all of y'all. Y'all made him a thing. And the world would be better if he just wasn't around.
I don't mind Jake Paul. I think he works hard.
Yeah, I think he's goofy.
The good news for Tyson, however, is that each round is only 2 minutes instead of 3.
Okay.
So he should really go full force, right?
Yeah, and also, this is also a money thing. These guys are all business guys. They see the bigger picture, and it's all they're gonna that big old purse. I think Paul's getting like 50 mil or somewhere around there for this. Mike, what was Mike getting, like 20 something mil? Yeah, so that's where you gotta have it. It's all about that money. We're gonna go into a depressing time in Lynn Sports, which was last Friday. Man, the city as a whole, we went 0 for 5 in everything. It was just, I think 4 of the games weren't even close. One of them was close, but we'll start off with St. Mary's, which was the closest game that we had. I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, but talking to a parent who was there, he said they had it, but it was just a couple things that they did that kind of got them, and there was a close touchdown. Tyler, he dropped a touchdown pass. And Tyler doesn't drop nothing, and it seems like it just was one of those days for them.
Well, it's a tough loss because we know the aspirations that program, that school has when it comes to a state tournament run, and I'm sure they would have liked to go to the championship at least a few more rounds, but an unfortunate finish. They're on the road. They struck early in that game. There were positives to take away. Yeah. And it is still a positive season. Many teams would kill to have the season St. Mary's just had. Yeah. But, now it's on to the Fenwick game. Yeah. Thanksgiving. I'll be there. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, they did a lot. They did do a lot of good things. It's just, I always go down that travel too, man. That travel. That's just that travel, man. That travel maybe that travel impacted their offense a little bit. As you said, they did score on the first play, but they only had 13 points. like 15-13. Yeah, they only scored 13 points. We know that offense could put up a lot more points than that. So I always blame that travel. But yeah, as you said, they definitely had a good season. A lot of guys did great things, and the good thing for them is a lot of their key playmakers are still really young. I think they're like sophomores and juniors. They'll be back. They'll be losing a couple seniors. Tyler's going to be graduating. A couple guys are going to be graduating, but they still could build from this because they got the quarterback coming back. I believe they got all 3 running backs coming back, and they got a couple guys on the defensive side that's coming back. And there's a lot to look forward, positives to look forward to, especially going into that Fenwick game. Because we don't know if they have a consolation game or not, so if they have this week and next week off, just get ready for that game. And we all know how big that one is now that it's back on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. We'll be there. I'm sure you'll be there. And Tyler Guy, fantastic career. When it comes to what he's been able to do on both sides of the football.
Yeah.
He's kind of a do-it-all Spartan. He does a little bit of everything. So congrats to him on a great career.
Yeah.
But in terms of everyone else, it's just about taking what you can out of an experience like this.
Yeah.
And you start again. I mean, day one of the off season is technically now. So
it's like semi now.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't like. Yeah, some of them play other sports, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're already next year.
Yeah, it's next year. We'll talk about them. So Kip Academy, they went down to, Kip Academy was home against Bourne. They struck first. Looked like they was going to have themselves a day, and that was it offensively for them. Bourne made some adjustments, and Kip just, they just didn't have it that day. For the totality of the game.
It's no secret that the team would have liked to have a better performance in that one on both sides of the ball. You don't want to score 6 points, and you don't want to allow, 26. It was close to 30. I think it was 26 points. I'd have to look.
Yeah.
But it's disappointing. Not in their performance, just the fact that they lost. But a great season and another season of growth in their eighth season of existence.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So just tremendous what Coach Rabbit and company have been able to do. And now it's on to Lintec.
Yeah.
Consolation, but then Lintec.
Oh my God. Quarterback, they got a full year of him under center, so he'll learn. They got some underclassmen on the playmaking side, on the skill side, that they'll take some good lessons from this season because they did have themselves they put themselves in a position to get a home game, but they could have put themselves in a position to be a higher seed with a couple games. But yeah, as you said, it's a good learning experience for them. Like, Man. Lintec, man, they had to go all the way to Carver. That long bus ride, and then it was just not their day. It was not their day. Offensively, it wasn't their day. Just overall, it wasn't their day. It was just wrong, but worst time to not have their best performance. But, man, it was tough.
I know, and then that's another program that you think about all the guys they lost last year. Not to call it a rebuild year, but a lot of young players were leading the charge this year, starting with the quarterback position. So I hate to say this with every Lynn team we talk about this week, but it's just about learning from those experiences. And these young guys, when you interview, when you interview a senior, sometimes they'll always say, I remember that game my freshman year,
right.
Even though we lost, it did a lot for me mentally. Hopefully it can be like that.
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
They had some injuries, too. They had injuries. I mean, Anthony Brown, they lost him. The second or third game of the year, the young running back, the freshman running back who looked like he was going to have a great season. Jacob Garcia, he missed a game, I believe, because of a suspension or so. Even Shadiel Ortega, he missed a game with injuries. So they had some guys in and out of that lineup. But, yeah, quarterback's young, running backs are young. They got some guys that'll be seniors next year that's been part of this program since they got to Tech. So another learning and building situation for Tech, and they'll get ready. We're going to have a good one with them and Kip on Thanksgiving, though.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, that was going to be a good game. Let's go. Lynn English. Whew, I got my Bulldogs hat on, but man, oh man, it was a 1 seed versus 16 seed, and the scoreboard indicated when you play a 1 seed looks like that that's just what it was. They had some chances after Reading went up and scored. The English, they had some plays that they could have made. There was a pass to a wide open running back, and he catches that. He's going to the end zone because there was no one near him. There was another third down. Opportunity for them to get a first down. Good pass by the quarterback. Receiver just didn't bring it in. And then you punt, and then these guys go down, and just like that, you're down 2 scores already. So, and then you start pressing. But that was one thing I was worried about for them going into this game, because this was all the players' first experience at the playoffs.
Yeah, like you said, a 1 seed versus a 16 seed. Sometimes, whether you're a spectator, or you're a player, or a coach, sometimes you can just see, they're a little bigger, they're a little faster, and a little more experienced. And I think that was just the case. And did you see the fireworks after certain touchdowns?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
So, I think just the environment was tricky. But when you look at the year as a whole, what Coach McDonald and company were able to do, I think you got to congratulate them for that.
Yeah.
A complete transformation from a year ago, and classical English now. So
yeah, just for them to actually get in the playoffs, it was just good for those seniors to actually play in a playoff game. Granted, they didn't perform how they wanted to, but you want to play in a playoff game, and for those younger guys, you experience the playoff game. Now you know what it takes to win a playoff game. So they're gonna have a lot of guys coming back from this team next year who now are gonna be the leaders. So it's a build thing. But yeah, man, it was bad. Was bad. I was sitting there like, geez Louise, this is hard to watch. But
you look at the progression from summer to right now, and then you start thinking, with these young players and with Coach McDonald fresh on the job, you just look at what could they be next year. You start getting excited. 2-3 years from now, you never know where they could be. I'm sure they'd love to have a couple regular season moments back to maybe get that higher seed, and to know your opponent might be a little bit more manageable in the postseason.
Yeah.
But you got to respect what the program is able to do.
yeah, definitely. And then maybe that'll get more kids that want to come to the school to play. That's one way to get them, show them that we're building something here. All right, lastly, Lynn Classical, they took on Wakefield in a non-playoff game. And this one wasn't good either, but the fact that Classical could still go out there and compete with everything that's going on with their players as far as injury-wise, because it's kind of like, as Coach Vaughn said, he's lost 3 guys to ACL injuries this year. So the fact that he's still able to get the bodies to put out there for those guys to compete is just a miracle in itself.
Well, not to jump ahead to Thanksgiving, because I know we're going to have a full preview, I'm sure. We'll talk again. But when you look at that game, anything can happen in a classical English game. Like, we thought Classical might run away with things a year ago, with Vaughn and Naskey through the air and everything, and it was an 8-6 game. English almost won that game. So you never know what could happen. I'm sure when you look at the records and some of the statistics, English might be the favorite. But anything can happen on Thanksgiving between those two programs.
Yeah, anything can happen. And then the good thing is you get a nice week before you play. So you could get a lot of guys rested and healthy leading up to that game. But yeah, it's English Classical. It's a rivalry game. Whatever expectations you have, just throw it away, because it's very unpredictable of what's going to happen. But I mean, that's about it. We're about to get gear up for basketball season, which is, just 15 days away from kicking off with the practices and tryouts and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a tough week. It was
Tough week.
Tough week. What do you guys have out as far as stories?
We've got stories out in tomorrow's paper. So Thursday's paper, we'll have a story on Saugus High School and their athletes going to college. And then we've got Lynn coverage, of course, state tournament football coverage. And, tremendous year for St. Mary's boys soccer team, by the way. And they bowed out last Saturday. But strong season for them. And predictions, Mark Aboyan has jumped to 3rd place, not in last anymore.
He was dead last time.
Yeah, he was dead last. So, itemlive.com, and appreciate it.
Soccer-wise, Did all the schools make it?
No,
Oh, okay.
not every school of Lynn made it.
Okay.
Classical teams, the girls' team did very well.
Yeah.
St. Mary's both did, so a lot of positives to take away.
Tech boys.
Tech boys, yep. Kid boys.
English boys too, correct?
Yep,
Yeah.
With Coach Val, yeah.
Okay. Hey,
I didn't even ask you who you think is going to win, Tyson or Paul.
Oh, I mean, I'm going for Tyson.
Okay.
From my statements about Jake Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going with Tyson. Yeah, that's all the time we got, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of here. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back. Little college hoops. Last night, the State Farm's Championship Classic, Duke took on Kentucky. Really, really entertaining basketball game. Came down to the wire, and I mean, Cooper Flag got the experience of college basketball and what it's like when the defense is focusing on you down the stretch, because they forced 2 turnovers on him down the stretch. But as you said, they had him doing the most on those 2 possessions.
Yeah, man. Me and Mook, he was at home, I was home. I had to text him, like, we was watching the game, and I know why Shire did it. You're killing. You can do a little bit of everything. Let's see if you can get us a bucket. But it's like you have guys that play a role that could set him up in a better position. He can come off a screen. He can come downhill. But you got this man trying to – that's not really his game. It's his game in spots, but that's not who he is. So you got other players that could have just gave him a better setup.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, sometimes Shire be doing the most.
But let's be real. The way that boy was playing – most coaches would have been, yo, go get us a bucket, bro. Go get us a bucket.
Especially after I think he had the 3, then he had another bucket to tie the game.
I was sitting there looking at him like, man, this white boy nice.
I was sitting there.
Then you got Con Knipple.
The double K.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I hope his middle name don't start with a K.
There ain't no pros with him, just Con. You play that boy.
Yeah.
That boy nice.
Yeah.
Like, they both good, but I was trying to think of a nickname for Bill and Ted out there. Wayne's World. Gotta think of a name for that dynamic duo.
Yeah, but Kentucky, on the other hand, they got a whole lot of experience with this new team. They got one of the players. I think he played in the Final Four last year.
Yeah, a bunch of grown men on that team.
Yeah, they got a bunch of experience. That's what it is. They had experience. And they was down. I think they were down double digits early on, but they just kept chipping away. And this is what a normal Kentucky team pre-Calipari used to look like. And just like you have a bunch of upperclassmen that's pretty much going to dominate the minutes and stuff like that.
That's how college basketball looked before one and done was like super trendy.
Yeah.
Granted, we always had our one and done guys. You knew who was one and done. Like the world knew there was one and done. But now it's like just anybody feels I'm going to go out. No, it's like, no, man. Like mature, get better, and then give yourself a better opportunity. And now they're making money in college, so you guys ain't trying to leave. Right. Guys be in school for like 8 years. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Hutchinson. Get out of there.
And then also Duke's issue too. Someone pointed out they don't have the 3-point shooting that they normally have, because I think they was like 4 for like 20, and the point guard play is not what it is. That was the biggest one.
The point guard play and the point guard that could shoot. Or a guy that can shoot. I don't know. I feel like Proctor's taking the back seat to the freshman, which he shouldn't. He's a junior. He got to produce. Mm-hmm. What's the new Caleb or whatever, Foster?
Yeah.
I don't know really what he does yet, because he played, but he didn't really play a lot last year. So like he shot a couple threes and they were struggling to get there. Yeah. So I just think they started getting, get in the gym a little more.
Yeah.
Those guys are cramping up. So they weren't in full game shape.
Yeah. I've seen that a lot. Even like during high school football season, this whole year, I've just seen so many guys just going down with cramps. It was crazy. I'm like, what is everybody's cramping for?
Your diet, what you consume in your body. A lot of these kids don't stay hydrated the right way all day. I don't know what's in that prime stuff. I don't know what's in all these weird soft drinks and all that. We don't do energy drinks. We do water and juice occasionally. But like really just water, bro.
And tequila.
Tequila and sea moss. Get some sea moss in your life. But and I tell kids too, like I tell people when you're worried about, like when you're trying to hydrate your body, It's what you do the day before that prepares your body for the next day.
Yeah.
You're not going to hydrate your body that day thinking, I'm going to go, because you're going to cramp up later.
Yep.
So you got to make sure, also in pickle juice, if you're having problems with cramps or hydration, pickle juice is like it's like magic. It's like abracadabra.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a good game. Also, college-wise, shout out to all the kids that signed their national letter, that are signing their national letter of intent this week. I know some have already signed it, some are signing it as this week goes on. But shout out to Xavier, he signed his the other day. My guy Alex Wilkins, Brooks Academy, he signed his national letter of intent. Ryder Frost, he signed his to Notre Dame. But shout out to all those guys, all the young guys that signed their national letter of intent this week. Are there any other upsets in college basketball? There was an upset. I forget who was it though. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. College football playoff rankings they came out yesterday. So a couple upsets this weekend. Georgia, they lost to Ole Miss 28-10, and as I told a Georgia alum, their quarterback is trash, and he's why they're 7-2 instead of undefeated, because that dude is trash.
I mean, based on the recruits you say they should have had at Georgia, he's booty.
He's trash.
Booty. Pocket everywhere.
Yeah, he's trash, man. I was trying to hold off, but that was that Alabama game. I'm like, yo, what's this dude doing? And then this game.
You're
like,
only trying to hold off because we're trying to support a young man who's on that roster that might not see a national championship because the guy they want to hold up to get all the praise can't get no praise.
Absolutely trash. Well, here's the top 12. Oregon's number 1. They're 10-0. Ohio State's number 2. Texas is 3. Penn State 4. Indiana in the top 5. Shocker. They're 10-0. BYU's 9-0. Tennessee at 7, 8-1. Notre Dame 8-1 at 8. Miami, they lost to Georgia Tech this past weekend. They're 9-1. They're at number 9. Alabama's at 10. Ole Miss at 11, and Georgia is at 12. So
they only dropped my U to 9? I thought they were going to be the 13 the way they be trying to squeeze SEC teams in the playoffs.
Well, in the AP Top 25, they're 12.
Look at that. Not surprised.
Yeah, but these are the top 12 right now. So playoffs is the top 12 teams that will get in. But another quarterback that's trash, LSU's quarterback. Absolutely trash. That dude is.
I don't know much about him.
Oh, you don't want to know much about him. I think his name is Nussmeier or something like that. He is trash. Like, I'm like, yo, the state of Louisiana with all the athletes they got, and this dude's y'all quarterback. Come on, man. Come on. That's why they ain't gonna be sniffing the playoffs. NBA in-season tournament started yesterday. Damn, them games was crazy last night.
First of all, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Like, I thought the in-season tournament, the NBA Cup was a little, like, later. And they had, like, commercials and advertisements for it. I didn't even see it on Instagram about it.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Like, what?
I didn't see commercials this year about it and nothing. But I do like. They need to keep the courts though.
I like the courts. I like the courts.
I like it.
I just like to, we get so accustomed to seeing the same courts for like lifetimes that like when they switch it up, it's dope and we want them to keep it, but we get it. They can't keep it the whole season, but you could do it a few times a month.
Or in the finals.
Yeah, or something like, or for the playoffs. Because the finals, they might do something different. I think they got to bring back the O'Brien Trophy in the middle of the court for the finals. Like that's how I know it's NBA Finals. Like, I don't want to see no regular game. Like I don't like how it looks.
That's what everybody on Twitter be complaining about. It's like the NBA is doing all this, but they don't want to put the trophy in the center for the finals.
And that means you guys have to put NBA Finals on the other ends of the court because when you see a big ass trophy, you know it's the finals.
Right. But the Warriors, they beat the Mavericks, 120-117. Crazy game, wild ending. Steph put him to sleep. It was kind of karma for Derek Lively because he was one of those that was clowning Gobert after after Luka hit that shot in his face in the playoffs, that big shot, that big three in the playoffs. So Lively was on Twitter that's like trying to clown old Gobert, and then this happens to him. It's kind of like, man. But everybody knew he was going to hit that shot once that switch happened, because it was like, there's no reason. We all know what's coming.
But it's kind of hard to clown a 3-time defensive champ, even though we're not huge fans of Gobert. Like, you ain't been around the block long enough to be clowning people at all.
Right.
And it's like, is he ever going to start? Like,
I thought he was supposed to start this year.
I know, and I'm wondering, like, he's still coming off the bench?
Yeah, I don't.
Granted, I think he's put on just a little bit more weight, because I noticed when he's down low and they're boxing or they're pushing him from like behind in his legs, he's so tall he can't really get low enough to move him, so he gets pushed under the rim. I noticed that a few times.
Yeah. Also, Eric Spoelstra forgot he had no timeouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, do it in front of Jalen Rose too.
I seen the way the play happened. He was just so fed up.
Yeah, that was frustration.
Just so fed up. Like, man, give me that. Oh, I ain't got no timeouts. How come nobody told me?
Yeah,
like,
that was that frustration, because that's not supposed to happen.
Bro, he walked on the court like he was confident that they had one. He was at the free throw line calling timeout. Like, that man was all up on that court. They had to tee him up anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you was on the court, brother. Like, he was out there about to play.
Yeah. I don't blame him, because that was just, you can't give that up so easily. That type of basket, you can't do that.
He was pissed.
He saw red.
Yeah, he didn't care. I don't even care if they had one or not. He was just so mad. He said, "Do something."
The Celtics, they dropped one to the Hawks, 117-116, because they couldn't grab an offensive rebound to save their lives in that game. I think these guys had like 18 offensive rebounds and forced 20 turnovers, but this was one of those games, somebody said it best, this was like the CTE Celtics showed up, because
CTE Celtics, damn.
Because they always have these games where they just like, they build a big lead and they just start like, they just start fooling around, just taking unnecessary shots, not even playing like they shoot threes, but it's not like they're moving the ball and getting the wide open threes that they normally get. It's like they're going to come down one pass, I'm going to just shoot it with somebody in my face. So
out there playing pickup?
Yeah, pretty much. They were out there playing pickup. But, yeah, there's more NBA Cup games this Friday on ESPN. All right, boxing update. We got Jake Paul and Tyson fighting on Friday. Yes.
I heard it's on Netflix. Well, it says it right there. I don't know how I feel about this. It's not even pay-per-view.
The history of the sport.
I'm probably not gonna watch it unless I'm around somebody that wants to put it on. But if he gets the brakes beat off him, I'll watch it. I'll watch the rerun. But it's hard for me to get my hopes up to somebody he's my dad's age.
Yeah,
fighting against somebody that's 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like,
take a look at the tail of the tape.
all right, so Mike Tyson is 20 years older than me. 20 years flat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
I'm 11 years old and Jake Paul. It's like you're not that far in weight. You've been training, you've been fighting. Granted, Mike's Mike. And I'm hoping he loses it and go into Mike mode so you can learn to stop playing with people. But when somebody's paying you to be on their card, it's kind of like, how can you beat them?
He's coming off he's going to come off 24 mil.
That's my point. Yeah. Somebody's paying you to fight them. It's like, how do you like...
I blame, as I told Joey, I blame you social media kids for making
this is the reason why all this is going on.
Paul a thing, because...
Bro, let's be real. Real athletes don't care to watch none of this.
No.
Let's just be real. No, like we'll watch celebrity fights if it's two celebrities that got no business being out there fighting. That's entertainment.
Like when him and Roy Jones fought.
Yeah, they're two experienced fighters and even Roy Jones was like, whoa, that's different. So it's like, I just see Mike just looking at the bread. Some people are like, whoa, that's his legacy and all that. You think Mike cares about legacy?
Yeah, Mike almost died a couple times.
Like, I don't think he really cares that much when it comes to the bread. Yeah. So I'm hoping they fight a real fight.
What you think about this, Pedro?
But,
Well, I tell you, again, this is going to be the biggest fight in the history of the sport, because it's going to be live stream on Netflix. You also have on the undercard.
Biggest fight though? History? Nah.
Amanda Serrano's going to fight, I believe, I forgot the name, Katie Taylor.
We don't even know who they are. Ain't the biggest ever.
Amanda Serrano was actually promoted by Jake Paul, Puerto Rico. And yes, it's going to be great, man, this Friday.
All right.
I'm glad you're excited, Pedro.
Well, actually, you know what? Here's another one, too. Take a look. The return of the man.
John Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Is he clean?
As a heavyweight, he's going to fight this Saturday.
Is he clean?
Yeah.
He passed his drug test?
Ready to go.
All right.
This Saturday, ladies and gentlemen.
Because there's always something with John Jones. Great fighter, but there's always something with him.
True. Again, he's going to fight Stipe. Let's put her name, I'm sorry.
Miocic.
And yes, as a heavyweight for the first time.
All right. Should be. For the fighters, they're going to definitely enjoy that one. UFC 309.
I'll probably watch that, though.
It'll be more entertaining.
It has to be.
Duh. Let's go to some interviews and highlights, and we're going to wrap this up. No top 10 plays this week, but check these interviews out.
Based on them L's, why would they be?
Man. All right, Coach, your guys came out here, 35 points, defense only allowed 21 points. You guys get the win. Win and move on is the name of this time of the year. Just how are you guys able to slow them down in the second half?
We made some big defensive plays in the second half. We really needed to do that. The wind was an incredible factor in this game. Both teams struggled to throw the ball. Whether you were thrown against the wind or with the wind, it was so vicious that it was very hard. So we had to adjust. And our defense, Adrian Blake made a couple key defensive back plays, and to get some stops. And then our offensive line kind of just took over, and we put the game away.
38 rushes for your running back, Shane Eason, 285 yards on the ground. What a performance. I mean, you've been seeing this you've been seeing this for a long time, and now he's elevating the game, but just the spark he gave your offense that you guys needed, especially after they went down and scored on their first drive.
Yeah, when they scored right away, we knew they were real good, and we knew we were going to face adversity. You're in the playoffs in Division I. There's no cupcakes in Division I in the playoffs, so we knew we were going to face some adversity. We told the kids, hey, win the next thing you can win, and they did that. We ground out another, at the first drive for a touchdown as a response to make it 7-7, and then we were kind of, back and forth from there in the first half, and then we got a little advantage. We scored and went up by 7 at halftime, and we knew that if we could get up by 2 scores, then that would get them out of their kind of double wing stuff and into more spread stuff where we're good at, where we think we're better at anyways, to an extent. And it worked out for us. So, overall, the kids in the second half, offensive line.
All right, Coach, your team came out here. You guys got the win. Offensive class was a big thing. You guys had 18 offensive rebounds. And you got shot off with the 3-2. Game plan coming into this one.
Yeah, the offensive rebounding was a big part of it, a huge part of the game plan. We usually shoot it a little bit better than we did tonight, but we wanted to get catch and shoot threes. But Keenan Robertson was excellent. He, just all-star performance from him. He kind of put us on his back.
Yeah, Coach. Defensively too, you got the zone, you guys created some turnovers off that zone, made them take some difficult spots out, and they never really found their rhythm in that. After you guys built the double-digit lead, it felt like they never got the defense never allowed them to get in the rhythm back, which they wanted to get into.
Yeah, I thought, especially in the second half, I thought our D early on in the game was a little bit loose, but we tightened up in the second half and got some stops, got some turnovers when we needed it, and it was helpful because we were able to get out and transition against the zone.
early on in the season, obviously, it's always good to get the win. What's kind of like the things you've liked so far early on that you guys can take and grow and learn?
Yeah, we've played two very different games. We played a team on Saturday that was, a great three-point shooting team, playing us entirely man-to-man. This team was, tried to attack us a little bit more off the bounce. Obviously, you're attacking a zone all game. So, just the fact that we faced two very different challenges and we're getting contributions from a lot of different guys.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank
All right, Shane, man, first round of playoffs, you came out here and workhorse today, 38 carries, 5 touchdowns. Seems like after that first offensive possession, you guys really got it going. After they came down and scored, you guys responded really well.
Yes, sir. We got the momentum going. It was a rough first drive. They stopped us and they went down the field, scored on us. But, we kept our heads up. We kept fighting. We played all the way throughout the game and finished out how we wanted.
Yeah, defensively, made some adjustments in the second half. You guys started off with the interception to start off the second half. What adjustments did you guys make to slow down what they were doing?
We just talked to the guys in the locker room. Just talking about we got to play more physical. We got to want it more. Got to want it more than them. It's a playoff game. We're in front of our home crowd on our home field. We just got to go out there, show our dominance, and show them how we can play.
This was one of those games because of the wind. You guys couldn't really pass as much. How are you, getting 38 rushes? What was that for you? Have you ever had that many carries before in the game?
No, I definitely haven't. It was definitely a lot. But, I wouldn't want to do it with any other team. I have a tremendous O-line, tremendous receivers, everyone blocking for me. I'd love to get 38 carries every single game if I could. But, sometimes other things happen. It just feels great to get this win on the home field.
Now, and you guys, I feel like this group from the last couple of groups that you guys been in the playoffs. I feel like this group has that experience from those losses that you guys had last year to make a deep run this year. And now you guys are going to take on St. John's Prep. Do you feel like you guys are even making much more statements by beating teams like Franklin? Now you got a chance to see what you guys are going to do against St. John's Prep.
Yes, sir. We're getting better and better every week. We got a huge matchup next week, St. John's. But like I said before, I wouldn't want to go to any battle with any other guys. I'm confident in our team, and I'm excited for next week.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Sir, thank you.
All right, fellas. This was a gutted out game for you guys to open the postseason. That fourth down, fake punt. Talk to me. What went to that? What did you guys discuss? Was that something you guys discussed before, or was that spur of the moment thing?
Yeah. We've been running that since our freshman year. Even when we weren't playing on varsity, the varsity team is still running it. So it's something that's been instilled to our team for a while. And we practice it every day at practice, and we know we need it when we need it, and it executes great. Especially in that situation, I didn't think they had a single idea in their mind that we were going to fake it, but we like to take the risk, and it's worth it. It was a great outcome. I don't know how much I gained on it, but it was a good run.
Yeah, Logan, for you guys were really you guys were working them with the run game, especially that after they took the lead at 13-7, you guys went on an 18-play drive at 1 second to score before halftime. Did that give you guys that momentum in the second half?
Yes, sir. It brought us all back to reality. We know if we just keep pushing, they're just gonna give in, and that's what happened. We got down there. It took a little bit, but we got in. So.
And also that third quarter, they're marching down the field. You guys, it's a fourth and short, and you guys get that big stop, and then march right down the field again with another long drive. Did you guys feel like you guys kind of took the wind out of them a little bit in that moment?
Yeah, the defense came up clutch right there. We needed that stop. They were kind of going in, but we shut them out. We stopped them right there.
Definitely. And then you guys are moving on. I know you guys been here before, but you guys are moving on to the next round. It's that time of the year. Don't matter how you win it, you guys just got to win it, right? So I'm excited to go to the next round.
And no matter the mistakes or if it's a great game, as long as we win, that's the goal. The past 8 weeks for this week, it's about having fun, but now it's the playoffs now. It's real. We're seniors. We only got one more shot to go all the way and win it all, and we're going to make sure we try our best to do so, and we're just going to execute it every week. And no matter how we win, as long as we win, that's what we're making sure we're doing. That's the goal.
All right, fellas. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, you guys came out here. You got the dub. You had yourself quite a day with the double-double, 31-14. What was working for you?
Just attacking the 2-3 zone. Finding my teammates when they're open and shooting open shots.
Did you guys find their zone a little different because how they work? Because they kind of had like a guy, two guys in the middle. Did you guys find that a little bit odd at first to try to figure out, or did you guys kind of figure it out?
I mean, our coaching staff does a good job with scouting, so we knew what they were going to do with the zone, and we had a full week of preparation to attack it.
Matt, you had 18. The three ball was going for you offensively. There was a lot of guys that got good looks and making it do one of those. What was working for you offensively?
We're moving the ball well, driving and kicking. I was getting open looks and was hitting them today, so that was good.
You guys 2 games in, two different teams, but how do you like the way you guys are performing these 2 games?
We're obviously same team as last year almost, so we have good chemistry. Everyone likes each other, so I think we've gonna make a good run this year.
Offensive is a big thing. 18 offensive rebounds. You guys created, I think, double digits in turnovers. Is that just the aggressiveness you guys came out with, especially on the offensive guys?
Yeah, our coaching staff is making it an emphasis to attack the offensive rebounds, so we made sure we did that tonight.
All right, and how were you guys able to limit them offensively? It seemed like when you guys built that double digit lead, they couldn't get into whatever they wanted to get into to cut down that lead. What were you guys doing defensively?
We just work every day on 1v1D and keeping the guy in front. And anytime one of our guys gets beat, we make sure that we're in help. So we always stick together and make sure we get the job done.
All right, fellas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back. What's going on? Oh yeah, congratulations to Stu Primus. I think he just got inducted to BC, Boston College Varsity Club. Oh, yeah, it should have happened a while ago. But it happened.
He was showing us BC tapes when I was in middle school, when he was our sub.
Yeah.
Congrats, Stu. Congrats, Stu, man.
Yeah, they had the ceremony over the weekend, so he did that.
He actually gave me a ticket to the Boston Shootout. But when we was coming out of college, they didn't have it those few years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he said, why don't you play in this? They didn't even have it for a couple years. They brought it back, though.
Yeah, I always see the articles and stuff.
It seems like when I graduated a couple years, like a lot of stuff was just not a thing.
Because that Boston Shootout was a big thing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was a big thing, but it was weird, bro.
Yeah, and Ant got inducted last week to the English Hall of Fame. He hit me up. I was going to go, but I fell asleep.
Understandable. It'd be like that.
I fell asleep. I woke up like, it'd be like that. Congratulations to all those guys. Yeah, if you've seen the missing girl, like, contact her family. Like,
I seen that.
Yeah.
Jahira and Tatiana and them.
Yeah, I guess she ran away from home or something, but...
Yo, man.
Somebody knows where she is, and they're just not contacting the family, so...
Nah, that's crazy. You know, like I said, hope you find her. Hope nothing happens negative. Just hope everything goes back to normal for you all.
Yeah, because it's kind of been a crazy like 4 or 5 months with kids missing from Lynn and stuff. You know, there was that one kid that went missing and they found his body. Yeah, so you don't want that. But yeah, if you know where her whereabouts, reach out to the family. It's crazy. We got next week will be our. Next week might be our last show for a little bit because, well, we won't have a show Thanksgiving week. Pedro gonna be somewhere.
Nah, that's fine, man.
And I'm gonna be lit, so.
I'll be right with you.
But Thursday we'll be at I'll be at the Lynn Museum. They're doing something over there, so I'll be over there. But yeah, that's about it. That's it. We out of here. He got new copies of the book if you ain't got it yet.
They got some more copies coming in. Boom. Don't mind me. I gotta go to the dentist. This thing's killing me. I didn't notice it today until like I got here and I started doing certain, like laughing and doing weird stuff. It's like, oh, whoa, this hurts.
We out of here. See y'all next week.